Hey, this is Ken from Raceweld East. In this video we're going to go over a few ways to prep your metal for TIG welding. We're going to go over what it looks like to weld over mill scale and what it looks like to weld clean metal and show you the differences. We're going to cover the torch setup and a technique that can be used on mill scale to make it look a little better than just continuous welding. So let's get to it. Here we have just a regular mill scale plate, uncleaned, and I cleaned half of this plate. Half has mill scale, half is cleaned. On the flip side there is all mill scale. This plate I just cleaned both edges, cleaned the mill scale off, and that's really all you need to do to clean the mill scale off is just sand it. Torch, we're using a 17 torch with a number 7 cup with a gas lens. It's a stubby cup and a 1/16 tungsten. Pretty decent setup for mostly anything. Alright, here we go with the tacking of the clean metal. You see it gives me no real problems, no issues, just a fuse tack on that side. And this side was being a little stubborn, so I had to grab the filler rod and go ahead and put a little dab in there just to get it to adhere. And you can tell with the mill scale plate, when I go ahead and go to weld it on, that right off the bat gives me a little bit of popping and sputtering. And just a little bit more trouble than usual, that's all. A little bit of a dirtier weld, not the most pretty looking thing. And even with the filler rod you can see that it will pop and sputter. And it kind of fouled up on the camera angle here, but you can kind of see the tungsten is a little contaminated from that, and out of focus cameras don't help. So I went ahead and cleaned the tungsten, and here we go with the clean one. And I'm just using regular ER70 metal rod, mild steel to mild steel, and this is clean, continuous dab technique. So I'm dabbing and filling as I go along, continuous amperage. I had the welder set at 150 amps, which is a little high for this, but just for this video I just kind of went ahead and adjusted with the pedal. That's not something I always like to do, but you know, you say tomato, I say tomato, and we'll call it a day. So with the clean plate, you can see there's no popping, no sputtering. Gives you a pretty nice even bead. Good penetration to the root. And ease off on the gas. Here's just a quick little angle of kind of what that looks like, and I'll go over it a little bit more in depth in a little bit. So here we go, welding the mill scale plate. This has not been prepped, cleaned, or anything, just right off the shelf. Same rod, same setup, same technique. Same feed, same everything. And I guess I would consider myself a semi-experienced welder, so I kind of know how to make it look a little better than it actually is. But there are ways that you can make it look pretty decent with just changing up your technique a little bit. And I'll go over that in just a minute. So I didn't change anything with the setup. That's all still the same. And here we'll flash in a second. As you can see here, this is the clean plate. Got a nice, pretty even bead layout for the most part. I mean, I'm not the best welder in the world, and here you can see the mill scale is all choppy. You know, your devil's eye was obviously flopping all over the place, getting real arc wander. And both plates had clean tungsten. Now, this is what I like to call a pulsing technique. Well, not what I like to call, this is what it is. What I'm doing is pulsing the throttle. When I say throttle, on the foot pedal. Just kind of like an on-off, but not completely off. And this is kind of what it looks like. This is over mill scale. That's also over mill scale, and you can see that it kind of gives you a more even layout. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, or if you have any recommendations, if you want to see a video of any sort, please contact me, ken@raceweldeast.com. And hope you enjoyed this video and you have found some interesting facts for you new guys welding. Thanks.